Hello, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. In the last class, we have learned about the part. Now, today we will go with an example of part calculation. Now, in the last class, I have said there are three types of time: optimistic time, most likely time, and the pessimistic time. So, this we have already defined in the last class. There are three time concepts in part. Now, today we will try to calculate, or rather try to find some path. Similarly, when will the project complete within due time? All these calculations with the help of part, that is the program evaluation review technique. Now a problem is given here. You can see that activity is given A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now these activity means they are the arrow. What we have done in critical path method: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now these are not the nodes, these are the activities. And the predecessors are given. For A there is no predecessor, B there is no predecessor, for C A predecessor, D A. E we have two predecessors, that is B and C. F we have D predecessor, and finally G we have D and E predecessor. Three types of time are given. Optimistic time is given here: 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 6, 1, like that. And most likely time is given in the middle: 5, 6, 4, 7, 5, 8, 3, like this. And finally pessimistic time is given. Now, as I have already told, that with three time periods we cannot draw a network diagram with these three time periods, because in critical path method we have got only one activity time, but here we have got three time. So first we have to find the mean time, that is the average time. This is the mean time, that is the average time. That is optimistic time plus 4 into most likely time plus pessimistic time whole divided by 6. Now these you have to calculate in the fourth column. That is the three times are given here: optimistic, most likely, pessimistic. So the fourth one we have to calculate here. So that I have done below. See here, activity A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the predecessors. Similarly, optimistic time, most likely time, pessimistic time, and I have done the calculation. And I have found the mean time, that is the expected time. First one 5.5, then 7, 4, 6.5, 5, 8.5, and 4. Now this is done with the help of calculation, that is the mean time calculation. 4, that is 4 plus 4 into most likely time plus pessimistic time whole divided by 6, 33 by 6. So we got 5.5, and so on. Now after going through this, that is different types of time we have got, that is the expected time. Now we have to draw the network. So next step after finding the expected time is to draw the network. Now here you see that A and B do not have any predecessor. So they will rather start from a single node, that is say 1. So from this node, two activities are starting at the same time because they do not have any predecessor. Successors means after this, predecessors means before this. So before this there is no activity. So A and B start from the first node 1. So this is A and this is B. Now here you see that C has A predecessor. So just what I have done, from node 1 I have drawn node 2 and node 3. This is A activity, this is B activity, and C has a predecessor A. So I have joined 2 and 3, which is the C activity whose predecessor is A. This one. Next, we have D, whose predecessor is also A. So next is D, whose predecessor is also A. So from 2, I have taken D, the activity D. So this D has the predecessor A, and it is starting from node 2. So after D comes E. E is this one. This has two predecessors. E has two predecessors. One is B, another is C. See, B is here, C is here. Both are coming in this node. From this node I have drawn E. So E has both C and B predecessor. Similarly, F has D predecessor. This F has D predecessor. So D as a successor of F, F is the successor of D. So I have drawn F in this way. And finally G, which has D and D. Now this is the G. E is here, we have got it. But we cannot connect D directly with this G. So what I have taken is that we have taken a dummy activity. This dotted arrow is the dummy activity. Now we have completed the diagram. This one. Completed the diagram. Just like what we have done in critical path method. And we have given the time for activities. A has 5.5, B has 7, C has 4, D has 6.5, E has 5, F has 8.5, G has 4, like that. And this is the dummy activity, so it is 0. Now again, go through the CPM calculation, critical path method calculation, that is EST and LFT, earliest start time, latest finish time. So here we have calculated earliest start time and latest finish time, this one. Now see how we have calculated this. Now this is 0, here starting with 0. Now this is 5.5, so 5.5 here. Now here we have D 6.5, so 6.5 plus 5.5 is 12. Now this 12 plus 8.5, that is 20.5. Now here we have 5.5 plus 4, 9.5. And here we have 0 plus 7. So 7. So whichever is maximum you have to take. So 9.5. And so on, we have completed this EST and LFT. Now we got 20.5 and here also 20.5. So our project here, the maximum time required is here I have seen it is 20.5. Now after this we have to find the variance of each activity. The variance of each activity. That is A, B, C, D, like that up to G. Now we have found that A activity, that is pessimistic time minus optimistic time divided by 6 whole square. So we have found this variance. Now all the variances we have found. Now here in this calculation, which one is the critical path? We know that where EST is equals to LFT, that is the critical path. Where EST is equals to LFT is the critical path, that we know. That is 1, 2, 1, 2, then 2, 4, 2, 4 and 4, 6. So this is the critical path 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 6. This is the critical path. Now for that critical path, we have activities A, we have activity D, and finally we have activity G. Sorry, F. Now here we have found all the variance, but we require only the variance of the critical path. So we have marked it by asterisks. All these 3 variants. So those are the variants of critical path. Now if you add all these variants of this critical path, then you will get 3.417. And if you want to find the standard deviation, you have to square root this 3.417. Then what we are getting? 1.8484. That is the standard deviation. Now, after this calculation, suppose the final question comes that what will be the time taken, or what will be the probability that you will finish the project within 25 days? What will be the probability that you will finish the project within 25 days? Now we require a standard normal variant, that is the Z distribution. So due date minus mean date. Mean date we have already got 20.5. 20.5, this one. Mean date we have already got. Divided by standard deviation. This also we have got, this one. Now due date, as I have said, it will be given in the question. Say 25, as I have said, 25. So Z equals to how much? 25 minus 20.5 divided by 1.85. I have rounded up the standard deviation. So we are getting 2.43. Now what is the probability that Z will be 2.43? Now that probability is 0.9925. 0.9925. So what will be your answer? The answer will be the project will finish within due date, that is 25 days, has a chance of 99%. The project will finish within due date, that is 25 days, have a chance of 99%. Or you can say there is a 99%, there is a 99% chance that the project will finish within 25 days. So this will be a final answer. There is a 99% chance that the project will finish within 25 days or due date. So this is the complete calculation of program evaluation review technique. So this is the end of part calculation. Hope you have understood. So thank you.